Today, nobody uses a Walkman anymore, but we all have cell phones. What would an analysis of the production, consumption and regulation of cell phones look like? For parts of this question, it might be a good idea to focus on the iPhone. So if we talk about cell phones in general, we could start with the production side, and we could, of course, think about how they shape all our lives and how they have changed people's behavior, that there is now a medical condition that doctors ascribe to excessive cell phone use that can either affect your elbow or your neck because you're always looking down at your phone. You could also think about something completely different like the New York subway. When I was in New York for the very first time, you had all these advertisements on top of the opposite row of seats, because you always avoided staring at people, so you looked either down at your feet or you looked up above them, and this is why people placed these ads there. Last time I was in New York, these ads had all gone for the very reason that now everybody has a cell phone, and all that people ever do is that they look at these cell phones and not around the wagon anymore. You could also think about how we need our cell phones for banking these days, how you need them for needed them for vaccination certificates during the pandemic, how the 49 euro Germany railway ticket was initially tied to having a cell phone available, so that you can't really participate in everyday life anymore in a proper fashion if you don't have such a phone. We could also think about how cell phone use has been regulated, how you are not supposed to use them in certain compartments on trains, how you're not supposed to use them on airplanes, and a couple of other things. When it comes to the production, let's zoom in on the iPhone, because one could, in a way, observe many things that we have observed with regard to the Walkman in the book, with regard to how the iPhone was produced, and especially the narratives that surround its production. Just as with the Walkman, we have the narrative of the heroic individual, Steve Jobs, who in a way came up with the idea for the iPhone, and who was also very prominent in introducing different versions of the iPhone to the public over the years. We could also think about how what the iPhone looks like, this minimalist aesthetics that is so characteristic of it, that it looks very classy, very elegant in many ways, and that the idea is that by buying this phone, you do not only buy a phone that you can use, but you buy a certain lifestyle. You buy, so to say, also in a certain class. And of course, all kinds of people can buy into this class, which is why the iPhone has been consumed by all kinds of people in all kinds of fashions. More could be said about that. I've talked for too long already. I think I'll stop here.